Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another Nexus Gaming Series matchup. Tonight, featuring 30 Seconds to Mosh against Phoenix, Rising, Amethyst. Early map bans for each of these teams. 30 Seconds banning out both BOE and towers. On the other side, our purple team, no Braxis and no Garden. I should really have a soon TM sign while I'm waiting for people to draft the maps or do coin flip things. So it's not like people think anything's frozen or they're missing something, because it is kind of empty. But enough of my rambling. Thank you all for joining us so early. Harkin, hello to you, my friend. Hello to anybody else potentially lurking in the background. Thanks for coming out and supporting these teams. Supporting HOTS in general. Y'all are the real MVPs. We're going to Infernal Shrines here, picked by 30 Seconds. Everybody is in here already. Love to see that. What's up, KJ Kegs? Good to see you, buddy. Love seeing the homies in the chat. Bum-ba-bum. Both these teams have excellent portrait synergy. And thank you for the follows, both EC Gaming Club, as well as KJ Kegs. Thank you very much for that follow as well. Appreciate you, Harkin. Hopefully this finishes before 10 o'clock Central, and I can pick up that Roll 1 cast. That would be pretty neat. That's a CCS match, too. Yeah. Thanks, man. Let's see. TSTM is ready. Whoops. That's not the right song. We are currently discussing Oklahoma. Alright, let's get into it. We're on Infernal Shrines. For context, Rocco is like, I grew up in Central Time, and now she's in a different part of the country. And I was like, wait, are you saying that Oklahoma is not the most welcoming community for, you know, really anybody, to be fair? I was gonna name a specific group, but I think just anybody. I think Oklahoma sucks. Unless you're from Oklahoma, then I think you're pretty neat. Alright. Enough of that. 30 Seconds to Mosh. Phoenix Rising Amethyst here. We're on Infernal Shrines. Now, we had a banger of an Infernal Shrines game last night by Rodney's Imaginary Friends and Blackheart's Booty. Blackheart's Booty came out ahead, but I think what we saw in that game, and what we see in a lot of games, is that Hogger still remains supreme on this map. I think played well and at a very high level, Hogger still very much has a place. And even not at a high level, I think there's some shenanigans you can do. Very good spins on the objective as well that are relatively easy to set up with a little bit of practice. Oh, I just realized there's two people named Hunter. I was looking at Hunter X and I'm like, oh, he must have changed his gamer tag. But no, we still have Hunter's tag, so ignore me, I'm the idiot. Our first ban, PRA, no Falstad for anybody. And it's been agreed upon that Diablo will also get Das Boot. Do I always have a mouse cursor? I feel like I don't. I shouldn't have a mouse cursor. My lights are flickering and it's driving me crazy. Right, Hark. Yeah, see, Harkin, you get it. May ban is definitely a target ban. Rather surprising to see, but if you're going to play May, not the worst map to play her on. I've even been known to run 4-man May as like a TPS. It doesn't really work out that well, but it's fun. I had fun losing. And no Hanzo, so definitely a target ban there as well. First picks available, we still have Blaze, we still have Hogger, and Dahaka. But it looks like Zergpern gonna snag the Johanna. For our first pick of this match. There's still a lot of very good options available. A lot of heroes that got buffed over the last 6 months or so. You know, Deathwing, obviously, the Falstad's been banned, but Kerrigan in a kind of interesting spot right now. But instead, we're just going to see Junkrat and Blaze. A very solid 1-2 from 30 seconds to Mosh. And a very quick Anduin Leoric from PRA. We get into our third round of bans. They still need a couple of DPS. Their next most played DPS, probably the Tychus. Wouldn't be super surprised to see that banned here, considering how strong he is on the map. But if you look at the play as well, maybe leave that up and ban Avala? Yeah. So I would like to see 30 seconds play for the Tychus in this scenario. Carry's been busted for a while now. The thing that tilts me, probably irrationally so, on the Kerrigan is how poor her stacking range is. Because it's not like a Falstad, where you can be basically anywhere in lane and still get the stacks. You have to be closer than auto attack range for the stack. I can't think of... I mean, I don't even have to think. There are no other heroes that work like that. So why change this one hero specifically to reflect that? Absolute insanity to me. Born to Shine takes a Brightwing. And we have a 4-man Thrall. So interesting. If you've watched a lot of Div D, you'll notice that 4-man Thrall is making an appearance more often than not. And PRA kind of being the catalyst for that, and we're seeing it trickle over into other teams and games as well. But it's a 4-man Blaze, or a main tank Blaze, excuse me, and a 4-man Thrall. We have Sylvanas and Tychus bringing up the rear for PRA. Two very strong DPS choices here. Raka gonna have to pick a hero here, and wouldn't be surprised to see like a Sonya out of her. I think that's kind of a comfort pick if I'm not mistaken. Otherwise, you still have like Hogger if they're comfortable on Hogger. Huh. I mean, 30 seconds to Mosh looking like Arby's over here. They have the beef. Is that enough damage? I think so. Who's the offlaner? I guess the Blaze is offlaning then? And then they have the Thrall 4-man? Huh. Alright. Spicy draft from 30 seconds to Mosh. I respect the hell out of it. Certainly a lot more standard from PRA, but standard doesn't always equal W's in this league. From left to right tonight, it is our home team in blue. We have 30 seconds to Mosh. Born to Shine. Know you already. Born to Shine on the Brightwing. Hunter X on a Zebra playing Junkrat. Alwu 97. Alwu. Remember Alwu? Oh, I miss Rooster Teeth. Playing the Blaze. Farfanugan on Thrall. I'm butchering these names. Raka. I know Raka. On the bird and the top lane, that's the off lane. Really interesting. Meanwhile, from right to left, our home team, it is going to be Phoenix Rising, Amethyst, Little Barista on Anduin, Hunter's Tag on the Sylvanas, Zergpern on Joe, Soul Shepherd on Leo, and we have Chelsea with an eye on Tychus. Let's take a look at our early hero choices here. Thrall is going to be E-stacking. I think I like that here. Get into the back line. Already so much damage by the Thrall. It's a really nice scoop from Johanna, and Joe immediately getting the first blood. Blaze caught out now as well, and we have kicked off in a big way. 30 seconds in, we already have 2 people going down. Meanwhile, Hunter X and Born to Shine here in the bottom lane. Would like to see the Junkrat kind of pull these together so the auto attacks hit everybody, but that's alright. And are they going to get there in time? Junkrat is here. Anduin stepping onto the point. Nice cleanse there from Born to Shine. Junkrat's going to boop some people off. In fact, boop people twice off. And now Chelsea going to get the kill. Yes, the Q. Able to confirm that kill. 3-0. A very quick start for PRA. I want to take a look in this top lane here. We have Murden stacking against a Leo. And I don't know how this matchup goes, but I think it favors Leo. Already a fair amount of damage to the mid towers here. See Zergpern taking an aggressive position here, while Junkrat is enemy spotted. Both teams now working on this camp. 30 seconds to dead. Oh, that's that would have been a funny joke. Oh, do we get a boop onto the Tychus? We do. Almost over the wall there. Good effort by Hunter to look for that. Let's take a look at our mid lane. Hunter's Tag getting run down. Thrall continuing to stack as the root does miss. And now Master Assassin taken, so likely going to be an Odin choice here from the Tychus. Spidey senses tingling here in the bottom lane. Yeah, understanding that it's time to get out of dodge. We're all able to get away. And the siege value that that PRA has already gotten. This tower almost completely kaput. Meanwhile, this tower almost completely kaput. And top lane also favoring PRA, so they are pretty far ahead in siege, considering the duration of the game thus far. Baron Hunter starting their camp for the red team, meanwhile in blue. They're going to be able to get this out a little bit faster. Born's going to have to back for mana. Red team doing a really nice job sieging here, understanding where people are on the map, realizing they can take both the bottom towers and wall before this next objective. And they should be able to retreat here, but they may have overstayed their welcome. Let's see if Chelsea can get out of here alive. Doesn't look like Blaze will look for the stun. And now as the objective is started, blue team, it almost looks like PRA wants to kind of give this. Soul Shepherd going in. Oh, Chelsea has stepped a little far forward. Sub done, though? Oh, the poly was really, really nice there by Brightwing. Shift is going to come through. And Sylvanas, a little late to the party. I mean, at this point, you might as well just stay top and fought. But Sylvanas is going to be the backline now, putting some damage onto the Thrall. It's a good poly yet again from the Brightwing, but Raka caught out just a little bit and will fall. So no Murd in here as Johanna continuing to go forward. Oh, getting beat up quite a bit. And pull has to be used. 500 HP onto the Blaze, who is still going in, risking it all. If black arrows? Black arrows? No black arrows. Not this time around as our level 7s commence, but it's 29 to 29 for each team. They're both fighting for this yet. PRA with a one little monkey lead. And just like that, that was a very quick 6 there. And a Frozen Punisher is going to be pushing from right to left. Hunter with 69 stacks. Nice. Jump on the thrall. Black arrows used immediately. I don't think they know that the Frozen Punisher shuts off the core, but Black arrows used anyway. That back tower with the -40. Big stun there from the Blaze. Johanna getting low, but will not fall. Not yet. But the first fort here likely fall. Red team has destroyed a fort. Like to see them just peel off now, take the camps, get their level 10s. And live to see another day. But looks like they want to continue to push here. Black arrows might be up soon. And maybe they get the wall. The little zoning route there. Now they've decided to leave. Get him, Raka. We have Sledgehammer? We do have Sledgehammer. I kind of like it. I kind of like this, actually. Very interesting. Junkrat Trap catching the cell there. Farfanugan. What is Farfanugan from? What is that a reference to? It's a word I've heard before. And red team cannot do this. Blaze Stun is going to be good to disengage, but they need to get out of here. Hunter X really low. The shield is going to connect, but unstopped just a little late. And thankfully for the red team, the shift a little bit later. They tried to catch this camp out, but level 10s were online. It was a good Blaze Stun initially. Could have just got out after that, but they stuck around. Nice shield from the Johanna as well. And now red team continuing to push the bottom lane here with this camp. Gonna have black arrows available and an Odin. And really committing a lot of resources here. But if they can get a near 7-minute keep, it's definitely worth it. Blaze and Brightwing hanging out mid. Born gonna go back and get some mana, gonna be able to shift in. Soul Shepherd not quite understanding how Murd and Jump works as a former tank player. Nice poly yet again. Love you, Shep. 5-0 in kills, but we are edging ever closer to both having our ultimates here. I normally like to wait till they're both level 10, but let's get to it now. We do have the Light Bomb, we saw the shield, we saw the Odin, the Entomb Mist top, and the Mind Control. Beautiful CC combo here from PRA. Marching forward on these buildings. And Joe immediately running top. Nice grenade here this time. Hunter is going to be able to get out with that Junkrat. Good shift coming in from Brightwing again. German for the Art of Driving was in a lot of VW commercials. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So we have level 10s. That is the good news for 30 Seconds to Mosh. They have Blink, Avatar, Riptire, Bunker, and probably Sunder? I don't know. Oh, it's going to be Earthquake. Okay, Earthquake, excuse me. So the good news is they have level 10. The bad news is they're still down a talent tier. They're down nearly 2.5 full levels. Which is going to make still fighting this objective rather difficult. Leo getting the business in the top lane here. Raka continuing to stack at 19 now. Chelsea very far forward, but now the Blaze. Yeah, that is the folly of main tank Blaze if you miss. Johanna thinking she's going to do it herself and actually ends up doing it. Nice engagement from Zergburn. Chelsea there to follow. The Blaze Stun Or the Blaze, excuse me. Getting caught. Beautiful bunker there from the Blaze, by the way. Live now. Hell yeah. Good heal from Born. Yeah, well played there by Blaze and Brightwing. Keeping them alive. The mind control, I mean, that was nearly a max range mind control, just hitting the Blaze there on the backside. We have Sylvanas turning off both these walls, not waters. And an Arcane Punisher is going to be jumping on the next thing he sees, and hopefully it's not the Junkrat. Please, I'm begging you, don't be the Junkrat. This needs to hit a tank. They have 3 of them. Okay. It hits both of them. Funny enough. Look at the Punisher. He is just running down the Blaze. Farfanugan going in with that Earthquake. But here's a shield. Is Light Bomb follow-up going to happen? Not quite. Hunter gets bopped over the wall. Blaze trying to clear the Punisher and does so successfully. However, red team is going to get the first keep here. About 10 minutes in, 8-0 in kills. Meanwhile, Soul Shepherd in the top lane pushing it real good. Born going back for mana. And shifting in. And now, I think if you're PRA, there's really no reason to split up. You're going to have literally a 2 talent tier advantage. I think you just kind of run them down. Or go take a building, or I guess bottom lane makes the most sense, and they have camp to push with it, so why not? But I like this from the Thrall. He's getting out there to clear. They're all showing 5 mid, so there's really no pressure here, but once they start rotating out, you want to get out of dodge. They're all doing the best they can to clear, and now, yeah, okay, big trap here. Gonna get taken by Hunter. Soul Shepherd, though, looking for an Entomb. Instead, we see a shield onto Hunter. Nice boop there. But, oh, great cleanse. Great damage. However, the Entomb did catch the Thrall. The Thrall does fall. Mind control, not quite connecting this time around. Bunker supplying a little bit of armor here. Good stun there. The minus 20 is strong. Apolly, the damage is going on to Leo. Might be their first kill there. No, not quite. Nice big silence trap connecting to the Anduin. Riptire going to connect to a couple people in the back, but Alwa getting really low thanks to the Commandeer Odin of Chelsea. Hunter X getting shot in the back. The Brightwing spray. I love it. Good stun by Raka. Continuing to stack. Now getting caught a little bit. The Light Bomb, the Entomb. That's a really weird looking Light Bomb Entomb combo, but it ends up working. 3 people are dead, but the death timers are still low. I don't know if they can end. They have a couple Katas here, but it seems a little sus yet. Stun landing onto Syl. Nice shield there. An even better pull from the Anduin. Catapults continuing to rain down onto the core. Blaze getting low and will fall. Soul Shepherd almost going down, but saving his KDA ever so slightly. It's a little spicy here for PRA. They do have another catapult now, but I think if they just kind of whittle this down, core has been called. Looks like they're focused on their objective here as Zerg Pern zones out. And it's going to be GG's. PRA wins game 1 of this best of 3. Take a look at our damage numbers overall. Chelsea and Hunter X leading the way for their team. Healing numbers. Born to Shine did not die, by the way. The only team member not to die. And leading the way in healing. And had a lot more damage to heal, to be fair. I was impressed with the Brightwing play. I think Brightwing overall played probably the best on the team thus far. Great bunkers by Blaze as well. But ultimately, they got down so early in the game, it was really hard for them to play. You know, just trying to get their 10s, trying to get their 13s. When you lose so much, and, you know, there's no 6.5, no comeback mechanic, right? So, Really tough for them to come back. PRA not making a mistake really that entire game. Good rotations, good engages with the Johanna shield. Ends up taking the first game. Take a look at our talents as well, in case anybody wants to copy some of the builds. Alright, and let's take a look at our map selection screen here. Let's give PRA their hard-earned point on the board. And see where we are going to be heading next. If you're looking for something to watch in between the games... Actually, you know what? Stay right here. Or go over to TZ Chop. TZ is streaming as well. I think she just started streaming. Let's see. Also casting Div D. Okay, they are currently in lobby. She's been live for 2 minutes. Okay, so, yeah, I think they literally just started. Let TZ Chop know you want to collaborate. Then I would miss the game. And then I would miss the Canucks game as well. Looks like LTK has a flex match that they're streaming as well. Bowser King looks to be POV casting that. And do we have a map yet? No, it looks like they're still deciding. I can request to join the party, but I don't think that'll do me much good. And, all right. I guess we're still chilling. That was a good time to be running to the bathroom, grabbing a snack, grabbing a drink. Only one of the teams I want to win is the Canucks. Is it the Canucks team that you want to win? Howdy, Moonglower. Good to see you. Still waiting on a map. I still have absolutely no idea where we're heading yet. Everybody's still sitting on the score screen. I'm hungry for a snack. Like a popcorn? Perhaps. I could F with some popcorn actually. Or I just remembered I have like cheddar ruffles upstairs. Those may be consumed after this game is over. Anybody ever try those ketchup ruffles? I originally tasted a couple and thought they were disgusting, and then I had them sitting here on my desk, and I'm like, I'm gonna try it again. The first time, yes, it was disgusting. The second time, though, you try ketchup Ruffles, it's tolerable. And then I ate the bag, and I have not seen them since. So I'm assuming I am the only person that purchased ketchup Ruffle chips. Someone thought that was a really good idea because they're like, oh well, people loved ranch, right? Like ranch chips. That's a thing. People still enjoy that. So why not ketchup? Why not like mustard? Huh? Let's just do all the condiments like they do barbecue. So ketchup chips are a Canadian staple. Really? I guess I shouldn't be surprised because Canadians do weird things, but I am a little surprised by that. Ketchup chips. I feel like Americans very much had a different. Well, no, I mean it's not like I don't know why in my head Ruffles is like, oh, it's an American company. The Canadians must do it better, but I'm assuming Ruffles are a global company at this point. But I feel like Canadian ketchup chips would be less fake, less chemical enhanced than the rest of them. Oh God, we're going to Volskaya. Here we go. Why not? I am pretty sure I'm going to know who picked this. I'm going to say blue. And let me just see if I'm right. Yeah, I was right. 30 seconds, pick this. We've had Canadian chips for 60 years. Wow. So you were there from day one, huh, Harkin? You were there from the very beginning? Was it your idea, actually? Were you the... Got everybody all ready to rock and roll here in game 2. Just waiting on a couple of R's and we'll get started. All right. Oh, these teams are fun to talk to. All right, both teams are ready. We are second lieutenant, first lieutenant, captain, and then major. Okay. I have a feeling this person is former military or has just played a lot of Call of Duty. Both teams are ready. And just waiting for the start button to get slammed, and we'll start drafting some Heroes of the Storm. My cat is a private first class. Major is below colonel and above captain, marine captain. We got a lot of We're getting a lot of lessons in military breaks. Lieutenant Colonel, oh, okay. Alright, here we go. I feel bad because I think I was too busy yapping and they missed that they both said that they were ready and they were just sitting there talking to me. Alright. We are on Volskaya, the map that's either 15 minutes or 35 minutes, and there's no in between. Let's see if 30 Seconds to Mosh can turn this ship around. I wonder if those rankings also apply to things that are a pain in the ass. Like their duties overall. Can we remake, rewind? Remake? We have first pick. Unless you agree to forfeit 2 towers, we can keep going. Like, if something is a colonel pain in the ass, a major pain in the ass, a lieutenant pain in the ass. Okay, yeah, that joke, okay, I get it. I get it now. It's like, wow, how was your day, honey? And you're like, well, it was like a private pain in the ass. And you're like, oh, so you had a pretty good day. And you're like, yeah. Or if you come home and you say, hey, honey, it was your day? And she goes, it was a general pain in the ass. You go, whoa, that's a bad day. Let's open up a bottle and let's talk about it. You know, should I put on some soft music? You want a massage? Yeah, anybody that's having a general pain in the ass type of day is going through it. It was my dad joke for the evening. Outstanding. Alright. Lobby has been created, recreated. What was the issue? You have first pick. Whoops, remake. Okay, so actually then, when I go back to this, so this is actually picked by the red team then. And 30 Seconds has first pick. I think my wife might misunderstood if I said I had a private pain in the ass. Volskaya round 2, Electric Boogaloo. Alright. We got the right people drafting. The right people having the first pick. Eggs, bacon, and toast. Eggs, bacon, and toast. Why don't you start your day the Gurgitch way with eggs, bacon, and Sylvanas is the first ban for 30 sec ins to Mosh. I don't know why I stopped halfway through that sentence. Don't mind me. I get a little weird if games have a large pause in between, and I have to vamp, if you will. Doesn't always go particularly well for me. Junkrat, the next ban, irritating to deal with at any map, at any level, truly. Next ban, we're going to see the Joe Mama. So no more Shield Lady for PRA. She gets banned with great prejudice. Do, 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 do. And the pretty much permaban you'll see in every rank if they're not picked or played is going to be Falstad. So again, first pick, 30 seconds to Mosh has the option. Oh no, excuse me, PRA had first pick last time, and they went Johanna. Johanna not quite available again. So probably one of the best heroes on this map is going to be Vala. Sub-Zero snap picking that as their first pick. Pretty hard to be upset about having a Vala. I almost said Joe Mama. That wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense. Glory to the Horde. This time the Thrall switch in teams. So is the Blaze. Do, do, do. For the Alliance above all. Okay, these teams are just swapping. Ooh, and we see a Deathwing right away. He is the Destroyer. I still think the strongest counter to Deathwing right now is the Leo, so I expect to see this banned. From 30 seconds, sorry. Whoops, I just sold something I didn't mean to. And we see a Tychus ban. Now, a lot of people in the chat might be like, whoa, Tychus ban. Why did they do that? Isn't Tychus a counter? Not really. As long as it's just sitting in the minigun, you're kind of fine with it. The Leo's far more of a counter. The Malthael's far more of a counter. Those are really the two you want to be worried about. And they end up banning the Hanzo, which, I mean, is fine. Obviously, at 16, it's good for the Hanzo into a Deathwing, but up until that point, it's kind of sus. Let's see how PRA opts to deal with the Deathwing. They counter Dragon with smaller Dragon. And Tremble Before Me. So they are full beef here. This is very much, they just swap drafts, essentially. Go, Rising Purple Phoenixes. Greetings, Cranky. And Farfanugan grabbing Zul, and again we see the Murden. Wow, okay, Orphea. So... Huh. I mean, there was not much of a response to the Deathwing, was there? The Tychus ban is weird because they already have AA. Yeah, I mean, you can double AA, especially on this map. If there's a map to do it, it's going to be Volskaya. Because Tychus can minigun the Protector. Obviously, Vala can stack off of it. So, like, stacking against the Triglav, going double AA on this map particular is fine. I think maybe the thought process was they're going to ban the Tychus because they don't want to deal with that in the Diablo. But I think you had the tools to deal with it, so... I don't know. Maybe it was just like a comfort ban or something like that. But let's see how it plays out here. We have 30 seconds to Mosh. from left to right in blue tonight. It is Born to Shine on Anduin, Farfanugan on Zul, Alwa on the, who is that? That's Burden. Hunter X playing Deathwing, excuse me. Ooh, Sub-Zero has an awesome mount. Look at the synergy there, too. That's cool. Whoa, Vala has some great features. Sub-Zero playing Vala. From right to left, we have Zergpern on the Diablo. Thrall being played by Chelsea. Hunter's Tag on Orphea. Little Barista on the Brightwing. And Soul Shepherd on Blaze for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Hunter dropping in the mid lane here. Let's take a look at our level 1 talents. It's Auto Attack from Lavala. Crash Lightning from Thrall. And somehow getting a stack off of the wall. That is interesting. How that works. I could do that 100 times, and it's not going to give me a stack from hitting the wall through the minion wave and actually hitting the heroes. Farfanugan slicing these minions. Be cleared up relatively quickly by the Blaze. Well, Anduin immediately start Camp Zul there to support, but mostly just cheering them on, as it was already completed. PRA late on their camps here. Looks like Hunter's Tag coming down, providing a little bit of support. They might try to get him here. They get a flip. And Zul going, okay, you're gonna... Oh, I never noticed the pumpkins around that. That's cool. I like that skin. Three-man effort here for PRA, capturing their turret camp. And a much stronger early start from the sides of 30 seconds to Mosh, although I had to say something. Okay, great pull from Born. I have to not open my mouth. This is what it sounds like. I don't know why I'm focusing so much on the bottom lane. I mean, this is kind of a, you know, no rush 10-minute type angle. It's really just not much to do except soak lanes, get a camp, wait for objective. And I know it's like, yeah, all maps are like that, but it's just like so little strategy. There's so little that you can do in rotations here. There's only one bush to be afraid of, and it's like hard to get to. You're not going to really set up a gank in the bottom lane. These lanes are kind of whatever. And Deathwing is the first to fall. Oh, we are not actually auto-attack Deathwing here. We are Molten Blood and Dragon's Ire. I genuinely have not ever seen those talents picked. I don't know what they do. Deathwing is 3 more armor plates. He heals for 0.6 of maximum health per second. That doesn't seem particularly good, because you can lose an armor plate relatively quickly. And once you lose your plate, you kind of want to just like jump in the air anyway, right? When Deathwing has 3 or fewer plates, his damage... So these like... These don't work together, right? 3 or fewer. So you want to have 3 at all times? While Deathwing has 3 or fewer armor plates, he has increased damage. So he wants 3, and then if he still has 3, he still heals. So you only want to have 3 armor plates at all times. What a weird synergy type thing. Vala at 4 stacks. Thrall only at 3. Orphea at 1. Nobody really seems content in completing their quests aside from the Zul, who will just kind of get it by being in the waves. Red team sits on objective here. They're a little bit ahead on Soak thanks to the 1 kill and First Blood. And are they just full giving? No. Okay, so Murden just jump on to the objective here. Now blue team. I would like to see them fight here. They forgot the turret. Good cleanse there by the Brightwing, but here comes a bigger dragon, an angrier dragon, if you will. Stunned by Blaze, gonna connect, but really doesn't do a whole lot. Hunter's Tag, finding it hard to get in there with this big Deathwing body. Deathwing needs to push forward here a little bit and help zone. Chelsea getting low. It's a nice stun, connects to 2 people of PRA. Blaze gonna be able to get out alive. The root from Anduin just missing the turret, providing terrible, terrible damage. And the mini dragon stepping up, trying to force them off. Top camp is pushing for the side of 30 seconds to Mosh. This is good for them. Hunter's tag is pretty low. Deathwing gonna come through, drop a couple of bombs on people's heads, trying to get that health back faster. If a hero is hit, he heals for 3% of his max health while in the air. He does drop down. Has 3 plates available. So it does have that 25% damage. And here comes Deathwing flying in, providing aerial support. Candy with some knowledge that Deathwing level 1 is the usual talent with Q build. Level 4 is a bit niche. Okay. Engage onto the backline. Born to Shine getting stunned by the blaze, but the damage is split, and it looks like Born is going to live. Meanwhile, Brightwing getting burned, and it's a full frontal fight for each of these teams. The Anduin is the first to fall. Burden getting low as well. Sub-Zero does get 50 stacks, but does lose one of those stacks immediately to the death. And PRA is going to take the first Punisher here, pushing this mid lane. Oh my god, you forgot you could root that thing. That's really funny. That you can even cast that ability on the Punisher, who just... Basically, he's just decorating it with pumpkins when you root that. That's funny, though. So the Vala not being here is a bit of a bummer, but she's going to be coming down now and stacking on this. 11 stacks for the Crash Lightning. You see Thrall, or excuse me, the Vala, looking to try to get an angle on this thing to stack a little bit. Nice stun there from the Muradin. So let's take a look at our level 10s here for both teams. Should be getting it shortly. Chelsea maybe in a little bit of trouble. Able to sneak away. We have the Blink Hero, Lightning Breath, Earthquake yet again, Bunker Drop, and Eternal Feast. Meanwhile, for the side of 30 seconds to Mosh, it is Light Bomb, Poison Nova, Rain of Vengeance, Bellowing Roar, and presumably Haymaker Angle? No, it's just going to be Avatar. Orphea going QQ. As long as you don't miss, you always have your Q, basically. And here we have a Lightning Breath. Is this a misclick? Where's the team? I think Diablo was just bored. I don't... What the hell is that? Diablo just decided to breathe fire. Maybe he thought the rest of the team was going to do something about it, but... It does kind of make sense because it's basically impossible to keep all 4 plates in fights, and once you hit 2, you should be trying to disengage and fly away. Basically play 90% of 3 plates no matter how you play them. Nice root here onto the Orphea. While stepping forward to put damage onto the Diablo, but it is a Diablo. That becomes a lot scarier threat at 16 and again 20. Brightwing soaking, going to be able to blink to a mini wave to get away. Blaze, bringing up through in the bottom lane. Looks like PRA trying to get to level 13 here. Looks like we might have a flank angle here from PRA. It's a 4-on-4. Both offlaners doing their thing. But it's a nice stun immediately onto the Orphea as Deathwing provides some damage. Orphea at 27 stacks, and it looks like this is kind of a bold decision in my opinion here by PRA. They still are trying to fight into a Deathwing if they try to do this, and it's literally just Diablo and Brightwing putting forth the effort. I guess maybe they're trying to zone, but yeah, enemy spotted. Hunter X gonna see here what's happening as typically when PRA gets done, and it's a nice root. Good cleanse, and here is a Light Bomb. Gonna connect onto Diablo, and that is Souls. Hunter's Tag stepping forward and fearing from the Deathwing, but 50 HP. Oh my gosh, the Earthquake Pulse actually killing the Vala there at 50 HP. Red team's gonna get the healing camp. This Crash Lightning somehow hits them again. Again, if this is my Crash Lightning, it goes this way and then dies. Like, it hits this tower, it hits this wall, and then it just kind of fucks off and does whatever it wants. Just Blaze things, by the way. Blaze stun not connecting there because the hitbox interaction there is so much fun. Blaze looking in. He's not quite connecting this time again. And now the bunker has to be used. Are people going to try to get in? Light Bomb engage. Going to connect to 2 people. But everybody from both teams relatively healthy yet. The Orphea ult's going to connect a couple of times, but really there's not much going to come from it. PRA at full health. And both teams at the same talent tier now. Orphea continuing to hit Qs onto a Deathwing. Zulroot lands on Diablo, but there's just not a lot of pressure right now. Ooh, big stun there by the Deathwing. But losing another plate, losing a little bit of damage. Diablo with spell armor on a lot of it. Looks like he's going to be able to get away. And here is an Earthquake engage. Big root there from the Anduin, able to stop the Blaze from connecting with the stun on Navala. And the scrimmage continues here. Hunter's tag in the backline. Getting pinged mercilessly. Keeps hitting Qs. He's going to live. Big stun by Soul Shepherd Appeal. And now Diablo is in the backline. A lot of the mana bars running really low. Health bars now starting to deteriorate as well. But it's a big lightning breath. Diablo breathing fire over the top. And Vala, Murden falling. Brightwing will step onto the objective as PRA will continue to push this top forward. A heck of a fight. Nearly a full level worth of fighting there. But PRA comes out on top. Zul going to come down here, collect some soak, and try to get their next talent here. 27 on Crash Lightning thus far, and that's going to be a problem come late game. That is a very broken talent if you can complete it. Orphea putting some damage into the Zul. I really want to see 30 seconds get to level 20s here. I think their 20s are going to be very strong with Farflight. They're going to have the reduced healing as well on Zul. Really want to see them be able to get some value out of that. The Muradin is stacking as well. Almost has that 40 targets, which is a big milestone for the Muradin. Vala continuing to stack. Almost at 150 here. Blaze getting stunned, but I don't think there's too much danger. He thinks so too, and ends up connecting a stun to the face of Muradin. Zul now caught out just a little bit. The Crash Lightning really starting to hurt. Is it going to be enough damage? Yes, the double Qs from Soul Shepherd is going to do it, but they are going to trade. Vala does kill the Blaze. Nice pull there from Born. Definitely saved the Muradin there from an untimely death. Orphea is top lane, messing with the dragon. Excuse me. I gotta blow my nose. One second. Burden jumping onto this camp. PRA recognizing they are outnumbered and Deathwing is in the air. Wisely decides to go away. "30 seconds to Mosh with a little bit of life this time. Pretty much a gut punch in game one, but they've shown some good team fights here. The Vala play has been strong, and their team comp only gets stronger as this game goes on. I think their 20s are going to be much harder to deal with than PRA's 20s. But Earthquake is a pretty good ult, by the way. This terrible camp is pushing up here. PRA now a full level ahead. Zul caught out a little bit. He still has a turret available if need be, and a pull is immediately used. Hunter X now getting the brunt of the damage from both Thrall and the Orphea, but Orphea did miss the Q, and therefore won't be queuing forward anymore. Crash Lightning now complete, and look at the damage. Good choice to pick up Gloom there from the Vala. Oh my gosh, it's so stupid. Yeah, that needed a buff. Red team takes out the last fort. Ooh, Diablo almost going in for an engage, but nice route there. Deathwing landing onto the rooted. Ooh, nice blink there by Bear to get away. Stun from the backline of Blaze, not going to connect, but Farfendugan caught in a world of shit. And Hunter's Tag is running people down into the backline here. Are we going to have a root? Yes, well done there by Chelsea. Vala will fall. This mobile team of PRA able to dodge a lot of the incoming nonsense that was there. But they aren't really going to be able to push. While they have really strong team fight, their pushing potential is meh. They don't really have an auto attacker, they have an Orphea. And Orphea not typically known for their ability to, one, clear camps or take buildings. So they do drop a turret here. That will help quite a bit. Like that decision to do so. Deathwing really can't do much about this with everybody dead, but we'll be back soon. And the first keep goes down in favor of PRA. 2 levels down is not a insurmountable hill to climb. And we are on Volskaya, so PRA trying to soak their the level 21s here, successfully getting so. Let's see if they go for the objective here or if they try to fight. Looks like PRA wants to fight. They want to take this bottom keep and then maybe play for the objective, but they are really giving 30 seconds to Mosh an opportunity to get their level 20s here. But it's just so hard for them to step up. Hunter going to come in and provide a little bit of wave clear here. Zul in the top lane going to be trying to get 20s. But if PRA just decides to go with like a APOC combo or something, yeah, this is what I was afraid of. And with Crash Lightning, the point and click light bomb that is, or not light bomb, but basically Pyroblast that is Crash Lightning completed. How much damage is this? It's a... Okay, I gotta do math. 388 damage. So it's 388 plus, bad at math. We're at 88 plus 270. So it's like 800 damage, right? Not crazy? It's more than that. Oh man, that's just such a... It's such a stupid talent. But we got there. We are at 20s now, and 30 seconds to Mosh is going to have Farflight Quiver, like I said. Oh, they were not... that's a bummer. I really, really wish this was the heal reduction. They have the Thrall, they have the Orphea, they have Brightwing, Blaze, Diablo. Literally every one of them can self-heal. I think not having the heal reduction at 20 is really, really a bummer. We do have Censure, we do have Farflight. An Unstoppable Force. And we're going to have our first post-20 fight here. Blaze is not here, by the way. Really want to see blue team hard engage. We do have the Light Bomb combo connecting onto the Orphea, who takes so much damage. A little Barista caught as well. And 30 seconds of Mosh, just like that, takes advantage of a level 20 fight, a 4v5, and connects... 2 kills. Now Sub-Zero with the Farflight Quiver. Bunker's going to be used, but it's going to be too little too late. The stun from the Zul is good. And as Diablo falls... Well, this core is going to need to be dealt with. Someone's going to have to go back right now. You see Farfendugan going back immediately. And Sub-Zero, I'd like to see him get up here and start hitting this building. Surely Crash Lightning doesn't just get a kill. Right? Surely Crash Lightning isn't just gonna... you see? You can see the Blaze looking for it as the Murden dives in. Zul's back doing chores right now. Born wishing they could heal the Deathwing, but it's just not going to happen. They're trying to run the Vala down, but Farflight Quiver is going to make it difficult to do so. Nice root there by Born. Here comes the shift. It's only Murden in here, which I think is probably the right choice, but they have to be really careful, because it's a 3-on-5. They can just run past the Triglav now. Zul is showing top lane, and they decide to go. Sub-Zero immediately needing a pull. We do have slow on the Thrall, but doesn't look like much is going to happen here. They might fight over this camp, which is definitely good if you're the Deathwing player here. Looking for a combo. So much damage immediately going onto the Diablo. Bear tries to heal and maybe gets baited a little bit. The Fear connecting to the front line of PRA, and Hunter with that beautiful Fear and Vala damage to boot. Going to get 2 kills. Both Brightwing and Diablo will fall. Diablo not near souls, not even close. And they try to run down the Thrall. It looks like he's going to be able to get away. And again, we have a Vala, we have a Farflight. Let's start hitting some buildings. Let's get the catapults going in the other direction here. No, don't do a camp. Team, please. Don't go to the other camps. I'm begging you. No, please. No. Friends, come back. There's a building. Friends. You have a Vala. Where's the Vala? They backed. Now Zul's on an island. And now Zul's kind of probably dead. Nope, PRA is splitting their damage. Zul might just be totally fine. Yep, Zul's totally fine. PRA, we're at 2 different targets. Oh no. Don't do this to me, team.
Blue team's core is under attack.
I want my Vala in hold position right here. And then just a move in this direction. Just don't stop hitting buildings until the buildings are dead. Both teams doing their terrible camp. And, you know, I think I said before this game even started, it's going to be a 15-minute game or a 30-minute game, and there's very little between. And, yep. Blaze getting stunned there. They immediately go on to the Zul, who gets rooted. The bunker going to negate a lot of the damage coming through from the Zul ult, but it is providing enough damage. Hunter X getting low, has to get out of here. Where is the Vala? Vala getting run down. Soul Shepherd missing the Q that would have killed. And, oh my gosh, yeah, Zul actually gets his ult off back again. That's pretty crazy. Look at the damage from the Orphea. Huge E. Orphea trying to 1v9 and doing so gets the Vala. And as the raid boss falls and the dust settles, it's going to be 1-0. I genuinely didn't know how quickly you could get your ult back with Kaelan's Edict. I still don't think it's very good. But I am surprised that Orphea's dead. Orphea's super dead. And now Blaze might fall as well. Hunter X, yes, gets the stun. The puddle is there. Great spell armor, though, from Bear. And the spell armor of the gods able to save the Blaze from an untimely death. But it's going to be a 4-on-4. Not having a Vala does feel bad. Zulroot not going to do much here, except the cooldown reduction is maybe what they're going for the most. This core is under siege, would be an understatement. There's a lot of nonsense here in the top lane. Zul showing top, excuse me. Really surprised red team PRA letting this drop, because this is definitely a win condition at this point. We're 25 minutes, and whoever wins the Triglav, well, if PRA wins the Triglav, they win the game. They can just go right-click the core, but really hard for the blue team to fight this. Nice combo there from Zerg, but didn't quite get the APOC. And look at the health bar on this thing. It is solid. It is solid. And Sub-Zero, they're zoning them off of the Triglav so they can't get there, and they're burning the Triglav while the Deathwing and Murden are zoning. Good pull there by Born. Hunter X taking a lot of damage. But I think you're pretty much okay letting him die as long as you get the Triglav. Bear now hops in, but it's at half health. And 30 seconds to Mosh. I mean, they're going to lose the Murden, but they did a really nice job zoning out and burning the Triglav. That could have just ended, and now it's a lot harder. But they do have a lot of things to clear on the core. It's like a fine 20, but it's competing with minus 75 healing, which has like an 80% uptime. Yeah. And it's really hard to dodge, right? Like, it's a really tough dodge. Whew. Catapult's doing so much work, and I don't think it's going to matter. Okay, yeah, Triglav, 25 minutes in. That will do it. Much better showing from 30 seconds. Made it a game, but ultimately, just hit the core. Okay. GG. PRA wins 2-0 over 30 seconds to Mosh. Leading the way in damage for both teams, Thrall, Orphea, and then the Zool. At level 20, no doubt contributing to the overall damage numbers there. 69,000 damage from the Vala. Nice. Both Blaze and Zool leading for EXP with their team. Healing numbers relatively similar. A lot of self-healing for both teams. Take a look at our talents here. Yeah, I think this definitely makes a big difference earlier. The damage was good, but reducing some of that self-healing would have been maybe what they needed to push him over the top. What is this? Final Takata. Activate to instantly reset the cooldown of Shadow Waltz for the next 5 seconds. Dashing of Shadow Waltz reduces its cooldown and increases the duration by 1 second. I don't know if I've ever clicked that button. I don't know what that even looks like. Interesting. Dashing resets its cooldown. What does that ability look like? I'm gonna have to go to try mode and actually see what that ability looks like. I have no idea what that is. I've never seen that icon in my life. Well, congratulations to PRA. Let's get them their other point on the board. I'm gonna probably try to pick up Roll One Esports here in just a moment, but I'll have to close the stream and restart it. Are they already drafting heroes? Yeah, they're already in draft. It's got to go fast Q build. All right. Yeah, we're gonna cast Roll One Esports and CCS here, so stick around for that. I have to restart the stream for recording purposes, but congratulations again to Phoenix Rising Amethyst. 2-0 victory over 30 seconds to Mosh. We'll see you in a bit. Be good to each other out there.